Hey, how's it going, everyone? We're back once again for another episode of The Final Whistle with myself, Lane Dayton, and I just watched the game in the Premier League, Fulham versus Aston Villa. Fulham absolutely dominated this game, in my opinion. You saw Fulham take a 1-0 lead. Fantastic, well, not really fantastic goal. It was a mistake by Tyrone Mings. Two mistakes in the back from Aston Villa. Matty Target with a terrible back pass, and then you saw Tyrone Mings fumble it with a back pass with his left foot, and it fell onto the feet of Alexander Mitrovic, who simply just went around Emi Martinez, and it was a simple finish tap into the net. Simple goal. Fulham looked like they were going to overtake Newcastle with this win, and they were going to do so until Aston Villa simply woke up in the last 15 minutes, 20 minutes, in my opinion. I think that's the only reason we saw Aston Villa come back. I think Fulham just kept dropping deeper and deeper and deeper, and then finally the pressure broke onto Fulham, and you saw Trezeguet open it up with two beautiful goals. I rate Trezeguet. He deserves more respect in this Aston Villa team. It's always JACK GREALISH, OLLIE, WATKINs. Traore doesn't get enough respect in my opinion, and you got Trezeguet, who showed up really well in this game, I thought. His first goal was tremendous, and the second goal, just being in the right place, right time. It was a tremendous finish. The finish won't get talked about enough, even though it was a nice volley. Finished off beautifully, tucked it into the corner, nice and tidy, all neat, nice and done. And Aston Villa didn't really have a right to be in this game after a while, in my opinion. You saw Fulham have 15 shots, 7 on target, which I think they've got to do more with that. They've got to finish off the game. There was a spell late in the second half. I think it was about 75 minutes before Aston Villa got in the score sheet, and they had about 4 or 5 chances in the span of like 40 seconds. And it was a couple cutbacks. They couldn't get onto anything. They just couldn't finish their dinner. It was embarrassing. I think they should have started Joshua Maja first to start him on the field because, yeah, Mitrovic gives you a lot of presence up top, but he doesn't have the goal scoring ability that he used to have when he was at Newcastle. Yes, he's a big presence. He has a lot of height, a lot of hold up ability, but he doesn't have a lot of pace in behind, and I think that's what they need, especially once Adam Lookman went off. You have Cavallero, who's going to run in behind. He's going to give you a bit of pressure onto that back line of Tyrone Mings and Konza. But I don't think Mitrovic cuts it. I think he's not good enough for this league, in my opinion. Yes, he's good enough to hold it. Bring him on late in the game to just hold up the ball, kill some clock. But I think he's a bench player these times of the games. But I think, in my opinion, I think Fulham are going to stay up. I think they're going to still somehow manage to stay up. Yeah, Newcastle don't look good. Somehow they managed to tie Tottenham. I might make another video about that later today, reacting to that game. But I think Fulham's going to stay up. Yes, Newcastle did manage to beat Tottenham or tie Tottenham 2-2 in my opinion. Sorry about that, with a late goal from Joseph Willock. But Fulham are going to stay up in my opinion. I think it's going to be nip and tuck from last season. I think this game's going to be a big blow to their confidence. But I think next week they're going to bounce back terrifically because I think this Fulham team still has a lot of confidence. I think their locker room ability and just the presence in the locker room that Scott Parker's built in this Fulham side is huge. And I think, yes, it's going to be a big knock to their confidence, but I think they're going to still keep on that run, and I think they're going to keep on going and somehow manage to stay up. But, yes, I really think that these goals were not of Aston Villa's. Yes, they were fantastic, but I think it was really down to Fulham's back line. They were terrible. The last goal for Ollie Watkins, Trezeguet's goal. Tosin took a terrible touch on the ball, turned and lost on his left foot, and can't remember who stole it away from him, but it was just terrible ball control as a center half. I don't know why you're doing that. Just get rid of it if you have to. And then it's a 1-on-3 for Aston Villa, and they just dink it back post. Trezeguet finishes off beautifully. But a lot of these goals were preventable from Fulham, like the first Trezeguet goal, the cutback. The cutback on Trezeguet's first goal from Tyrone Mings, who set it up. Really, you didn't have your back line was doing great there. They were all marking Villa players inside the box. But then you didn't have Harrison Reed or Mario Lamina. I think Lamina was trying to cover Tyrone Mings, but you didn't. Harrison Reed was ball watching. He was top of the left 18-yard box when you had Trezeguet drift in and finish his dinner, and a beautiful finish. But you need Harrison Reed to come help out the back line. The back line has enough players up there. Harrison Reed should be dropping in, taking Trezeguet, no goal, nothing to worry about, and it's still 1-0 Fulham. But the midfield didn't cut it for Fulham today. I thought there were some good performances in there from Fulham players. The sad thing was we almost saw Anthony Robinson come in, another CONCACAF player. He's a fantastic left back in my opinion. And then once that second goal went in for Villa, Scott Parker looked at Anthony Robinson and said, "Take a seat. You're not coming on, sadly." But it was unfortunate for Fulham because, in my opinion, they're a team of rich history, and the Premier League needs them in the Premier League because this team, it has, like I said, a lot of history, but they need to stay up. They got If Scott Parker can manage to keep this team up, it's going to be a tremendous thing for his personal accolades and a tremendous achievement for himself. Because this Fulham team obviously don't have the caliber to stay up, but if he can manage it, it's going to be looked at as a massive achievement. Because yes, he's a young manager, but he still plays a tremendous style of football. As we saw, they were still down 2-1, and they were reluctant to kick it up from a goal kick or kick it long or play route one football. Scott Parker has drilled into this team that you have to play it from the back and play proper football and play a good style of football that people want to see and the fans want to see, which I really respect from Scott Parker. We saw when he played Pep Guardiola, they were down, I think it was 2-1 or 2-0, and he was still doing the same thing. They lost that game 3-0, and Pep Guardiola praised him before and after the game. Yes, Pep Guardiola is going to praise him. They won, but still got to look at Pep Guardiola is praising a young, up-and-coming English manager in Scott Parker, who I know a lot of English fans are dissing because he plays his style and sometimes he sits back. But, I mean, he still plays from the back. He still starts to play nice football that everyone wants to watch. And I respect it. And there was one moment where I looked at my dad and I said, "Look at how they're playing. They played it from the back. They rotated around the back, up the right side, back through the middle, down the left side, and Cavallero dribbled it for a while, and then Mitrovic launched up top. I think there were 16 or 17 passes there that Fulham held the ball without an interception, without them losing the ball, without any kind of worry, which was unbelievable, I thought, from a team that's third worst in the league. This is why I think this league is the best in the world. But yeah, I think this Fulham team's going to stay up. I think Newcastle definitely don't have it. If Newcastle didn't have Callum Wilson, they would be down there with Sheffield United right now. And I think I think it's gonna rest in that game against Newcastle later in the season. I think Newcastle's gonna absolutely shit the bed like they did against Brighton there when everything was on the line. They lost 3-0, and they handed the game to Brighton. And I think Fulham's gonna win and stay up in this league. And I think it's gonna come down to that last game. And I want to praise Villa for a minute here, because everyone says this Villa team are nothing without Grealish. Take away Grealish and they're crap. Take away Grealish and they got nothing. Well, we saw today. Yes, they were terrible for 75 minutes, 70 minutes, and then you saw Villa just wake up. And I think Dean Smith deserves a lot of praise for this. He subbed on Ramsey. I think he's an unbelievable footballer. He came on for Douglas Luiz, and Douglas Luiz was having a not-so-good game by his standards. And Jacob Ramsey, a young, talented midfielder, I think he's got a tremendous career ahead of him. He came on, looked great. I think he's going to be doing a lot in his career because he's been fantastic, in my opinion, when he's come on or when he's been told to come on the field. And then he brought on Keenan Davis, another attacking substitution. He brought him on for, I think it was Morgan Sanson. And I heard the commentators say, they're like, well, Sanson hasn't really done much this game. His creativity hasn't been there. His attacking ability hasn't there. Sanson isn't an attacking midfielder, in my opinion. At Marseille, he wasn't an attacking midfielder. He played the rover midfielder role. He helped out defensively, and he can also play attacking-wise. But he needs that attacking midfielder besides him. And they're saying, well, he didn't cut it for Jack Grealish today. He didn't do a good job for Jack Grealish today. What a joke. If you're gonna put someone in to replace Jack Grealish, you put in Ross Barkley. You have Morgan Sanson behind him, and then you have Douglas Luiz and Ramsey coming on after, which I thought it was a joke. But like I'm saying right now, look at this Villa team. They got a bright future ahead of them. I think this is a fantastic side. Traore, Ollie Watkins, Jack Grealish. Look at this midfield. Douglas Luiz, John McGinn, Jack Grealish if he stays, but even if he goes, you still got Ross Barkley, who I think is going to sign in a permanent, Marvelous Nakamba, Jacob Ramsey, and you still have the likes of Morgan Sanson, who I think is an unbelievable midfielder, and they got for a bargain of price. And I think Dean Smith needs to be praised for what he's done here, and I think this Villa team had a fantastic game. Emi Martinez, he's still a fantastic goal. He's only 28. Like, this Villa team's got a lot in them. Konza's still young. Target's not old. Matty Cash has been unbelievable. And you look at this team, they're mostly English. They're mostly UK side. The back four is completely English. You got to praise this Villa team. Last year, if it looked like they were going down, they barely stayed up to the skin of their teeth. And now Dean Smith's got them defending like they're Barcelona at times, or Juventus of old. And they can score goals still when they don't have Grealish. As we can see here, you sell Grealish for 75, 80 million. You're not going to be worrying. You still got a lot of players out there who can still win you games, and you still got 80, 75 million to work with, and you can still bring in some quality players. And I think this team could, like we see right now, I think they're 44 points or 45 points, I want to say. They're 5 points off of Europa League still. and 5 points off Europa League. That means you're only 7 points off the Champions League, and they have a game in hand. Like, and Tottenham's been god awful, as we saw against Newcastle. Liverpool don't got the bottle. Everton has games, you never know what they're going to have. And Chelsea, well, we saw against West Brom, they don't got it some games, even though, they've beat some weak teams lately in 10 games. But I think this Villa team can still get Europa League. People might question my opinion, but I think this team's got it. I mean, I'm not sure what everyone else says. Drop it in comments below and let me know what you guys think. But that's my opinions for this Aston Villa side against Fulham. Beating Fulham 3-1 for Aston Villa. A massive win and a big blow for Fulham. But I think Fulham's staying up, and I got Aston Villa making Europa League spot. Question my opinion, you can go for it. But Aston Villa's making Europa League spot. Talk to me in the comments, see what you say. Love to see what you guys say. And drop a like if you liked the video. Can't wait to make another one, and maybe I'll be reacting to some more games today. Thanks everyone, and see you for another video. Bye.